versatile. Working with the Harbor Freight flange kit, uh, it's a good tool to me. Some don't like it. It says too cheap. But if you like tinkering around and you don't fool with this too much, this is perfect to get you a flange, to get the situation fixed, the leak, whatever it is you're dealing with, whether plumbing or auto. This flange kit works fine. I got it going under the bumper and up over this part of the frame. It's right here. Push it. I have a flanging tool from Harbor Freight. This is the 1/2 inch cooler line pipe I got in here. Let me loosen this up some. So this is a cheap tool, but it works. I think my pipe is stuck. Anyway, I got it lined up here. Side of this, just close up on it. And tighten up my pipe there. Oops, let me close this back up. Then I can slide this on top of my pipe and tighten down. Okay, I had to move it from the 1/2 hole to the 1/16 hole to make it more tighter. I was able to get a good flange there. Not too bad. Back off of it. Without putting it in the vise, it came out pretty good. You can slide this on sideways, slide it back off, just like that. Anyway, I got a nice good flange. Now I have a little flange on here. You don't want to make it too big that it won't fit inside your hose. And this has some sharp edges. You can just take your little file or a big file and get those sharp edges off. Set inside the vise there. You don't want it to puncture your hose. Take my heat gun and soften it up a little. You can take and salvage some hose, especially if it's only leaking or it's clamped on here. The hose may be fine. So you can take a hacksaw and salvage this part. Grab it right. Because the objective here is whether using the flinch tool or just trying to get your hose back on your lines where it's linking, where it's clamped on and it's leaking around that area. You simply want to just get rid of that. Whew. Okay. Okay. Got the clamp off. Okay, you can get that on there. In some cases, a gentleman had mentioned that if you get the a long enough hose and get the tubing pushed up in there deep enough, you can add 2 clamps on there and it should be fine. But if you make a large flange on this oil cooler line tube, you're going to have a problem getting it's not going to work on this small transmission hose. And this is a 3/8 hose. So you're going to have a problem getting that large flange up in there. And even if you cut the hose off your line, the cooler line, oil cooler line, this hose is still going to have a struggle getting this on there. The flange is too big. And just for a demo, this is a piece of a water hose. And as you can see, this flange goes in. You can push it as far as you want. Just for demonstrations, you're going to have to find a bigger hose. And get it as far as you can get it. And maybe put 3 clamps on there. Not going nowhere, but use your imagination, hack it, whatever you need to do. You may need to fill that up with some gasket maker and clamp it on that end. Whatever works. Diversity tool. Testing out the Harbor Freight flange tool. It's worth the money. I think 20 bucks or so. And it has about 7 different fittings for smaller tubing, copper pipes, whatever you're going to be trying to flange. 5/8, 1/2, 7/16, 3/8, 5/16, 1/4, and 3/16. There you go. Just wanted to share that project in case you or do-it-yourselfer and want to make a flange. Clamps ready. I did a video on making cutting your transcooler line, your oil one down, and stopping it. And in some cases you can cut where they have it clamped on between the rubber hose and the aluminum and fix it. In this case, you can use this flange kit. You can cut the rubber hose and cut the line where it's clamped on. Just cut everything away. Make a flange in that aluminum. Reconnect the hose, or get a bigger hose. In some cases, if the flange is too big, it's not going to fit inside of that 5/8 hose. Whichever hose you have already on the vehicle, you're going to have to get a larger hose. You don't want to be all day trying to wiggle this thing back in there. So you may have to enlarge your hose or your hose to get that flange in there. Whatever it takes, you can get the job.
And prepped?
One guy said without opening the flange up, he cut the first. And he did that a little bit. He moved it, took it all the way, of course you can get it, just like a hole, and put two clamps on it. And two clamps of his actual pump. And that's all. Everybody has and if it works for you, don't worry about what other people say in their comments.
Let's get ready.
If it's working, that's fine.
Moving right along.
I've done a lot of hacking. And I get complaints. I get negative comments. But the vehicle's running fine. My vehicles have ran with no issues. And I've done a lot of hacking. And it works. But this flange kit, it's a good tool to me. They're virtually cheap. Hacking that leak using the Harbor Freight flange kit.